Even if you didn't have the 41 in your chart, and for those of you that don't have it in the chart, it just means that you're coming into contact with it, throughout the world, because this is the start codon. We understand in the gene keys that this is the initiator codon. So whenever you have like a sequence of the bases of the genetics, the A, T, C, and G, whenever you have this specific codon in a sequence, it tells all the genetic material to start building. This codon is pretty important, and it has a lot of implications, and we'll see what that means. I want to put another picture here.
Yeah, and just to clarify too, with any of these codons and the numbers, we all have them all. It's just that when you have it defined, it just means that you have more receptors for that specific energy and codon within the body. But everybody that's on this call has some receptors for it, and so it definitely affects everyone.
First, we want to understand how the root functions, so that we can understand all these different gates in the root. We understand that the root in the system of human design is really the center of pressure. Okay, it's not a place of awareness. We know that all of these different centers have different themes. So the head center and the root are pressure centers, and they're like, the root is fuel pressure. So as we talk about this 41, we're going to think about it in a sense of that it takes a lot of pressure and gives us a lot of pressure to have different experiences and feelings and things like that. So the 41 is the starting point. So of course, let's start with that one as these calls go along. And it's a really important codon to get everything going. And what does this imply? Imagine if this is the codon that starts everything, starts the cycle of life, starts building the DNA and all the genetic material on the planet, what does that imply with the codon itself? What it means is that in that codon, there is the infinite capacity of all of human experience built into this one codon. So everything is, here in this codon, and it is also the only codon that is made up of one amino acid. It's the only one that has one, because all the other codons and the genetic, like the codon rings and things like that, they have multiple, 2 or 3. That's the only one that just has one. So anywhere in a sequence, when you see all these letters and it comes across the star codon, it could even be in the middle of the sequence, it starts this process. What this means is it's like a fuel and a pressure to have an experience. If you have it by itself and it's not connected to the 30, what that means is that you do not have to actually manifest the experience itself. This is a pressure, not awareness. It's this pressure to ooh, I need to go do this new thing. Ooh, I need to go eat this food. Ooh, I need to go have this experience, this fantasy, this feeling, this desire, because this is the stream of feeling. It goes from the 41. I know you can't see the picture very well, but this is the 30. The 30 is called the fates, or the clinging fire. So when the 41 gets active and it meets the 30, what happens is there's this pressure of feeling, this desire to have a new experience. It starts the process. And then it meets the 30, and the 30 is the fates. So it brings in something totally unpredictable, because you don't know how your desire is actually going to manifest and work itself out. So it meets the 30, and then it goes up to the 36 on the other side of the solar plexus. And it goes all the way up to the throat on the 35. The 36 is the gate of crisis. So the feeling, the fates, or the thing that kind of gets in the way and changes what you expected on your desire, leads to crisis, which leads to change, which is the 35. So this is how the whole stream goes, and then it starts back over again. So this is kind of on a collective level how we are processing out our evolutionary process as a species. So this is the whole process of being human, basically. If you have it by itself, then it means that you can just explore fantasies. You have access to whatever experience you want to have and be able to feel it without actually having to manifest it. Now, in the Gene Keys or the I Ching, it is called decrease. Now, this whole gate was a little bit interesting when I was like researching it and stuff, because I was like, what the heck does this mean, you know? And basically, if you have access to infinite possibilities, you have no potential, basically, because it's like everything's just everywhere. So decrease with this one, and the reason it's called decrease is it's just like a farmer cutting its plants, you know, Jenny, like pruning the trees.
Yeah, like pruning the trees.
So that you can maximize the potential of whatever is trying to come through. So this is the type of energy of only focusing on one fantasy, one feeling, one desire. It's all the same keynotes. So if you're writing down keynotes, these would be the ones. Focusing on one at a time. So decrease means decreasing the amount of things that you're like fantasizing about. Decreasing also certain emotions and feelings like anger, lust, you know, these type of things.